Let's say a restaurant. If you just want to open a restaurant, you don't need a system, right? You just work, and that's it. But if you want to open 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you need to have a system in place. The same thing with us. If you're very good at selling, then if that's all you want to do, you don't need a system. You should sell. If you're very good at recruiting, you recruit. But then if you're very good at it, but they are not good, then what good are you, right? So that's why we need to have a system so that we can train each other. And you can train other people as well. And once they understand the system, they can duplicate. Meaning that they can use it, they can teach other people, so less work for you, right? So what we are using right now is we call System 7. And the reason we call it System 7 is because we are not very good at math. Because there's 7 steps in the system, okay? So there are 3 parts to the system. Part number 1, we call the workflow. Workflow means the things that we do, the sequence of things that we do, the skills that we need to learn, the external factors, the things that you need to acquire outside, okay? So the workflow, we have 7 steps. Step number 1. Now let me ask you, if you need to go somewhere but you don't know where, can you get there?
If you don't call it just like...
What do you need? So let's say when you get into your car, you drive somewhere, what is the thing that you need? Let's say you have a navigator.
Destination.
What do you need?
Destination.
The destination, the address, right? You need an address in order for you to get somewhere. The same thing with us.
Where are you going?
Where are you going? Correct. So when we do business, what does that mean? That means that we need to have a goal. When you open a restaurant or any kind of, or you have cell phone store, right?
Yes.
You need to have a goal. How big is it? How much money you want to make? How much money you're going to invest? So all of that you need to have. But most importantly, you have to have a business goal. That's why in the workflow, the first thing we need is we need to have a goal. Set a goal. So the first thing that you need to do when you go home and you sit down, you set a goal. When do you want to become an executive? Right? When are you planning to become an executive? Which is the first position, right? And then when are you going to become a ruby? When are you going to be an emerald, diamond, blue diamond, so on and so forth. So you have a goal in mind, right? Once you have a goal, the second step is you create a contact list. Create a contact list means you have friends, you have people that are potentially your customers or business builders. We don't know. We don't know who's good, who's bad. All we know is make a list of the potential people. So we call that the prospects, right? So that you can talk to them. So once you make the list, it could be your insurance agent, it can be your real estate agent, doesn't matter. You make a list and you qualify them, right? Some are good, some are not good, but just make a list. After you have a list, you invite, right? You invite. So how do you invite them? You learn to invite. So we have to show you that. So I'm going to go over the system first, without going into all the details of how to do each of this, because you need to know how to do each of this as well. Number 4, after you invite them, you present. Right? You can send them a video link. You can send them, you can do a demo. You can sit down one-on-one with them, but you present. After you present, another process is called follow-up. Follow-up. If they become a customer, check them out. Make sure they use the product properly. Make sure they get the results. Make sure if they have questions, make sure you answer them. Number 6, you help them get started, right? Getting started. And number 7, teamwork. Teamwork, they think teamwork is just about working together, but it's more than that. Teamwork to me means you connect them. You connect them to let's say we have conference calls, connect them to other people, connect them to other sideline, upline, downline, so that they stay connected, so they can do the teamwork. So any one of us, when you come in, you learn all these skills, the 7 skills, that's why we call it System 7, right? The 7 skills, you learn how to set a goal, you learn how to create a contact list, how to invite, how to present, how to follow up, how to help someone get started, how to have teamwork. And this takes skill. So these are called skills, okay? So these together are called skill. So to succeed, you need skills. But skill alone is not going to be enough, right? Skill alone is going to be enough. Just because you're good at laying bricks doesn't mean that you build a nice castle, right? Because there are days when you say, I don't want to work, right? And of course, you need more than just skills. So besides the workflow, the system also have something we call core habits. Core habits mean to succeed in anything. They say that failures leave a trail, success also leave a trail. Let's say you are lazy, well, I can almost guarantee you have no success. But you work hard, then your success rate is higher. But there are habits that people have, successful people have. So in New Skin, the same thing, right? So I read this about one of this guy, very successful. He said that every single morning he wake up at 5 a.m. He take a cold shower, 55 degrees, every day, to build his immune system, right? To make him strong, but to build a discipline. So some people are like that. Some athletes I know, they wake up at 4 a.m., run for like 2 hours. So those are success habits. So for us, we need to have our success habits as well, right? So number one, success habits, very simple, use a product. And believe it or not, as simple as this is, many people fail to do this. Because we're not in the sales business, we're in the sharing business, not selling business, sharing business. So you can only share the product that you use, basically. You have to be the products of the products, right? If you're telling me that your companies have the best products, you have toothpaste and shampoo, and I go into your bathroom and I see you use something else, then how can I believe you, right? So use the product. So be the product of the product. Number two, share or present, right? So every single habit takes time to build. So in order for you to be good at your skills, you don't just do this overnight. You don't read a book, you don't watch a video and get it. You do it. So you share, you present with people all the time to build up your skill level. So you be good at it. So you can share the product or you can share the business opportunity. Number three, you have customer. We call it ADR, customer. You want to have people who use the product regularly. So these are the people who just use the product. They don't do the business, they just use the product, right?
Monthly, right?
Monthly, correct. They have to use it monthly. So find a customer who are just using the product. Number four, listen to audio. The world is a very distracting place, right? You go home, you forget, you go home, friends and family say, hey, don't do this business. You're not going to make it. So they keep distracting you all the time. Research have shown that for every single negative comment that you hear, you need about 4 positive comments just to balance it out. And most people, when they look at it, say, you're not going to make it. Don't do it. I haven't seen anybody who succeed. So don't even do it, right? So we listen to audio, not music audio, right? We listen to audio positive. So the author I recommend are Jim Rohn, John Maxwell, Tony Robbins. Who else? What are some of the names that we listen to? Brian Tracy, Zig Ziglar. So these are very, very good authors that you want to listen to. So you go home, you can download the audio, you can buy their books, okay? Because that leads us to number 5, is read. Reading is not a habit that we have, but all successful people, they read. All successful people read. They read every single day, they read as much as they possible. Because they say, why do I have to spend a lifetime to learn something when I can spend 5 minutes to read something that somebody wrote that took them a lifetime? So sometimes it takes a lifetime to learn something and then write into a book. And you can pick it up and read it in 5 minutes. So you read, but the more you read, the more you get, right? But then let's say a leader, we know that leadership is the key. Well, how can you be a leader if you don't know anything? People ask you, hey, so why do people get sick? Well, I don't know. Why don't you go and find out and let me know? Well, you're going to lose your credibility very, very quickly, right? So you read so you have more knowledge, okay? And number 6, you attend events. So did you find that the events over this weekend help you?
Yes, a lot.
A lot, right? So imagine if you have 10 other people here. Would it help them?
Yeah.
right? So that's why we attend events, because it really opened their eyes. Like, oh my goodness, I didn't know this exists,
Yeah.
right? It really helped them, right? So we attend events, but also we attend events, we bring people to events so they can see it. But also at events, you learn. I would not have met you if you didn't come here, right? Then you would not have met other leaders if you didn't come here. So my philosophy is very simple. I go and look for teachers. I don't sit there and wait for them to come knock on my door. They never did, right? If you sit at home and you wait for someone to come and knock on the door, nobody would. So we come searching for them. So events are places where we come and look for answers, right? Look for answers. Number 7, be a team player. So, being in your background, you would represent a very unique, we call minority, but we're not really minorities, are we, right? So we present a very unique group. You're going to build your group. You have to teach them how to work together, right? Not all just have teamwork, but be a team player. Team player means a lot, meaning that whatever you do, I'll copy you. Whatever you don't do, I don't do. Whatever you do, I do even less of it. So make sure we do it right, because we lead by duplication. Team player also means that if you help others, others will help you. If you're just being selfish, if this is just me, my team alone, then you are teaching that behavior to your leader who do exactly the same. A house unite is a house that wins. A house divided, you won't last very long, right? So I knew early on that in order for me to be a team lead, I would have 15 executives. If I don't teach them to work together early on, they're all going to go a different way. If you have 18 great horses, but each decide to go one direction, you're not going to pull any carriages, right? You rather have 4 great horses who go in one direction. So a team player teach them that hey, let's do this together, let's win together. That's why we have the slogan. We say that one team, together we win.
Right.
And that's the key. That's something you have to teach, but you can't just teach. You have to show it by own actions. Okay. So these are parts of the system 7, the workflow that we have to learn. And you know that this is something you learn on the outside, for the outside. This is mostly for the inside. If you want to be a great leader, you learn this. You read. So we tell people, if you want to have good numbers, right? That you focus on using the product, share the product, and have customers. Then you have good numbers in sales. But if you want to be good leaders, you focus on these 3. If you really, really, truly want to be a great leader, you focus on these 3. You listen to audio daily, you read daily, and you attend events. Because we know that at events, leaders are developed. Okay? So when I talk about events, let me talk something briefly, really quickly about events,
Okay.
so that we understand. There are many events. There are many events to go. Okay, but I'm not going to list all the events because each region might require different events. Okay, but all you need to know is that the events are important. Now, why is it important? Because we know in our business, very simple. If you want to make a few $100 a month, okay? If you want to make a few $100 a month, what do you sell?
Product.
You sell the products, right? Sell the products. To make a few $100 a month. If you want to make a few $1,000s a month, what do we sell?
Business.
Business, correct. Selling the business, meaning we have a great business opportunity, I want you to look into it. This is why we do it, there's a market for this. This is our company, this is our product, this is how we pay. That's sharing the business. Then you earn $10,000 a month. But if you want $10,000 a month, you sell. What do we sell?
Team. By events.
Tickets to events. Oops. You're gonna sell tickets to events. This is how you're gonna earn tens of thousands of dollars. Of course, you don't earn money by selling tickets. The point we're trying to say is you bring people to events, right? So we share the products. You make hundreds of dollars. You share the business opportunity. You make thousands of dollars. You tell people to event. You bring people to events. You make tens of thousands of dollars. So that's an overview of the system. So you understand why we're here, what we do, right? So of course the next step that we need to help you is how to train people in different steps. How to train people in setting a goal. It's not very simple to just to set a goal, right? Because there's a big difference between a goal and a wish. So we know we have to do that, okay? So I will spend some time in the future to teach this as well. This requires time. So to go through this whole program right here, it takes 8 hours. To really teach someone to understand it, so they can apply it, they can learn it, and then later on, the more they do, they can master it. It's going to take minimum 8 hours. So we have different level of leadership that we do. So for someone new, all you need to know, very basic stuff. What is network marketing? Why is it great, right? For me, network marketing is just about word of mouth. That's our business. Network marketing is word of mouth. Very simple. Why do we do this company? Why do we choose this company and not the other companies? We know we have to know the difference, right? Why now? Why is now a great time to do it? So we know all that as well. But this provides you an overview. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you our duplication plan. So once you see the duplication plan, then you can go home and start working on it. Okay?